Evan Urbina, thanks for taking the time. I went to Arizona last week, Northern Arizona and UC Riverside. A couple of battles there, come up with a split, but you liked the play of your team.
Yeah, I thought Northern Arizona was going to be tough. We knew that, and really proud of Matt Staten. He's come out strong this year, undefeated so far. I think in our program history, we've only had one undefeated player for an entire season. That was Trace Thurlby. But there's a long way to go, and I think you really just have to break it down to each point at a time, not even just each match at a time. So Matt is playing consistent, solid tennis. Nothing spectacular. I don't think he's playing his best tennis yet, but he's on his way, and I just love the energy he brings and how he competes. So proud of him. AJ, I think, is getting back on track, playing a lot better, playing a lot more solid, back to his style of game, which he's so fast, he can cover the court, and he makes a ton of balls, so he's able to drive opponents crazy, which I think he did against Northern Arizona.
Yeah. I read some of your comments after both of these, and you talk about, mostly when you talk about your players and how they react, it's how are they reacting to how the other guy's playing, or if they're letting that get to their head. Do you spend a lot of time talking to them about that?
Well, I think as a competitor, you look across the net and you see what mannerisms your opponent has. I mean, if they're yelling about how bad their backhand is that day, I mean, it's just great information for you to attack the backhand. But yeah, I think, a lot of the great players, you're not going to see weakness in how they act. And so then a lot of times it's focused on within. What do I need to do to execute the best I can? And I thought we competed really well against Northern Arizona. We knew they were a tough team at their home. It's a tough place to play, but we competed well and we learned a lot. The next morning we played Riverside, who, they're a sea-level team coming to altitude. It's going to be tough for them. I thought we started really slow, really poor in doubles actually. So it was a good learning lesson for our team to treat all of our opponents the same. We talked about not having a letdown, but we had it. And the energy was not as good as it needed to be, but we bounced back quick in singles. I thought Phil Deaton especially did not play well in doubles, came out in singles, won 6-0, 6-0, which is hard to do, very hard to do. Langdon Tingleaf, he picked up his first doubles and singles win. Proud of him. He's a great player. I think the mental and emotional maturity on the court is something that he's working on, and we've seen him grow already in 4 matches. So proud of him, and looking forward to this next weekend.
2-2 after 4 matches. You're going to go to Oklahoma. Wow, this is a big task. Oral Roberts first, and then Oklahoma, the Sooners themselves. How do you approach this weekend?
Well, just, again, the way you compete, no matter who you play, doesn't change. Sure. And sometimes you've got to use little mind tricks, to help yourself get through things. You've got to, let's say you're playing someone that you believe you're better than. Sometimes the intensity can drop, and you need to make sure you build that up in your mind like you're playing one of the best teams. And then Oklahoma, obviously they're one of the best teams in the country, and you might say something to yourself like, hey, I might lose 9 out of 10 times or 24 out of 25 times, but let's make this time be that one time. And just playing it point by point, I think that's really important. Dan Oosterhouse emailed me yesterday. He said last time we played Oklahoma was actually here in the Springs. It was when we counted all the doubles matches for 1 point. We lost 4-5. We had 3 matches, 7-6 in the third, and it was a total battle. So that was in 1987. That's the last time. So we're looking forward to this. It's a great opportunity. Nick Crowell, he was a coach that I worked with at Florida State back when I was first getting started. And so I'm excited to see him, and I'm excited to see our guys compete against one of the top teams in the country.
Should be a fun weekend. Thanks for the time, Evan. Good luck.
Thanks, Brian.